Today, I want to talk about how to get cheap MLM leads. Let's face it, leads are the lifeblood of your business. Without fresh, targeted, quality leads, you won't be in business long. Now, the truth is, we all know a lot of people. What happens is when people join our industry, a lot of people are scared to talk to the people they know. Now, you don't necessarily need to reach out to those who are closest to you, but most of us indirectly know thousands of people who would be great prospects for either the products or the business. But before you start generating leads, this is some advice that I have for you. Number one, take the time and determine who is your ideal customer. What are the demographics? What do you know about this person? What do they have in common? It might vary slightly whether you're product focused or business focused, but take some time and think about who your target market is, because every business has a target market. If you try to focus on everyone, you're not going to get anywhere near the results that you would if you focused on a segmented group of people. You want to use that sniper approach rather than the machine gun approach. Next, you need multiple ways to get leads. If you only have one lead source, you're one bad day away from not being able to generate leads anymore. So a good goal, or as a rule of thumb, you want to have about 3 to 5 good lead sources that generate new leads for you daily. And finally, it's better to have one person contact you per day than it is for you to contact 50 people yourself. I build my whole business by getting people to contact me first. I do that through advertising. I do that through attraction marketing. But when people reach out to you, the conversation is fun. There's a lot less pressure, and it's a lot easier to make a sale or sign someone up. So what I have in front of you is a list of some of my favorite lead sources. Keep in mind, though, this will not benefit you if you have not taken the time to figure out who your target market is and why people should join you and what makes you different from every other person in your company and what makes your company different from every other company in the industry. So your first example is to buy leads. Now, you can buy real-time leads that are $3, $4, $5 a piece. I do not recommend that. I like age leads. And you can buy age leads. You can typically get 50 or 60,000 leads for a couple $100 or less. So it does not have to cost you a large sum of money. In fact, I prefer the age leads because chances are no one's contacted them anyway, and you can get them for pennies on the dollar compared to fresh leads. Now, there are lots of lead sources. When I do buy leads, I buy them through an Apache Leads. I'm not an affiliate with them. I'm just a customer. That's Apache Leads. You can Google them. That's one vendor, but there's a lot of different lead companies. You can also buy genealogy leads. Those work pretty well too. Another great source of leads is LinkedIn. So once you know your target market, you can zone in on those people on LinkedIn. You can go to groups that those people hang out in. You can search for people in those demographics and you can find them. Next, we have Facebook. It's the same concept. You can add friends to your profile who are people in your target market. You can join different Facebook groups with people in your target market. Next, we have safe lists. Now, if you don't know what safe lists are, you can just go and Google it. But basically, it's a membership website where members send and receive emails to each other. I belong to several safe lists. I've been using them for over 10 years. I love it personally, but I know not everyone does. What I like about safe list is the people who belong to it. They're interested in making money online. They're interested in income opportunities, and they're a great target market. Next, we have email signatures. You can come up with a crafty email signature that gets attached to every email and every reply email that you send out. You have car magnets that you can use. Flea markets. Flea markets are a great place to get cheap leads. You could set up a booth. You could go there and network with vendors. You could just walk around and hand out drop cards or flyers. Next, you can wear your company's clothing, or you could have some generic clothing made up. Referrals are a great source of cheap leads. Make sure you ask your current reps, your current customers, your current personally sponsored people, and your family and friends for any referrals that they could give you. Maybe even incentivize them by giving them a free product or a cash bonus if they give you referrals. You've got the 3-foot rule, if that appeals to you. I know people who are more extroverted, they don't mind doing that. I'd personally rather pull out my fingernails than go and just do the 3-foot rule. But I know a lot of people do it and do it successfully. And then finally, we have drop cards, and you can use drop cards. You can just hand them out to people, or you can enclose them with bills or packages that you ship out. But In a nutshell, you want to start with 1 or 2 lead sources, and eventually you want to have about 3 to 5 good lead sources for getting leads. And as you're doing these strategies here, I highly recommend you make some YouTube videos, you start learning attraction marketing, you start learning paid advertising so that you can get people to reach out to you first. It might take a little bit of sweat equity, it might cost a little bit of money if you're running ads, but like I said in the beginning of this video, it's better to have one person contact you per day who is interested in what you are offering them and they have questions and they want to learn more than it is for you to go and cold message 50 people a day. You want to become the hunted, not the hunter. You eventually want to get people to reach out to you. Cheap leads are good. Sometimes expensive leads are good. So maybe you have one lead source where you spend $1 per lead. Maybe you have another lead source that's a couple dollars per lead, but they both have similar conversion rates. Well, in that example, they're both good lead sources. You don't have to go with just one or the other. You can do both. But diversify your lead sources so you don't wake up one day and all your leads have dried up because you can no longer use that source or that source is no longer around. Cheap leads are where it's at. Quality leads are really where it's at. Quality leads who contact you first is the pinnacle. That's what you're really trying to do. If you'd like more information about this topic, check out the links and the resources in the description box below this training. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you watching our training today. I do post a new video almost every day, so check back often. And with that, I'll see you at the top.